Let's look at your progress report and your progress dashboard. So firstly, I'll move to the progress report in terms of the graph that you have, and quickly this is where I'm up to. So if you've been following the videos through, this is somewhat like what your graph would look like if you were up to this stage. So special journals, you've completed 100%, subsidiary ledgers 100%, inventory almost 100%. There was a slight error in the model with the date, and so that's not 100% yet. General journal, we've got some of the general journal done. Bank rec, we've got perfect. General ledger, we're halfway through. Worksheet, we've got started, but none of the financial statements or the analysis of those financial statements in terms of the ratios have we addressed. Now, that's the quick look at that to get an idea. You can look at a bit more detail in terms of graphs, if you just want graphs, by going to the progress dashboard. And the progress dashboard, again, we come back and we see right special journals. Not only do we have 100%, but we can see each area. The sales journal 100%, purchases journal, cash receipts journal 100%, cash payments journal 100%. If we go to the inventory, again, we didn't have it quite finished, so didn't have it quite perfect. So where was that issue? So again, we see the totals are perfect, the quantities we've used are perfect, the unit costs are perfect, our total costs, extensions were perfect, but we have a slight problem with the dates. So you can go through and look at each of your graphs to give you that breakdown. So let me go back to the progress report. You can also look at these in numbers. So in total, if we go down here, we see there's 928 things to this stage that you could potentially be marked on, get points for. And we start with the special journals. They're pretty significant in terms of accounting, and so they make up 191 of the transactions. And here, 191 of the entries. So we've got all of those correct, perfect. Subsidiary ledgers, again, perfect. Inventory worksheet, well, we've got one thing that's not correct. We can know that's the date. General journal, well, we're part of the way through. Now, with the special journals, even though this is perfect, if it wasn't perfect, you might like to get some indication of an attention area you had in there. So you'd go to the detailed breakdown of your special journals. And you can look at that in two ways: by the particular journal, the sales journal, purchases journal, cash receipts journal, and cash payments journal. That's how many potential how many potential entries are assessed, and this is how many marks you have. And so that's 100%, got a green light, that's perfect. You'll see up here we've got green lights when you're perfect, black lights when you've not started or pretty much not started, an amber light if you're making progress through it, and a red light is, well, you've started, you're making progress, but still have a bit of a way to go. But back to the special journals. You could look at them by journal, or you could look at all the journals together and look at them by task. So if we look at them by task, we can see right out how do we go in terms of posting references for individual items. Again, there was 19 of those. How did you go for posting references for the totals? There's 20 of those, they're all correct. Now, if they weren't all correct, this is where your clue would be. If you're not 100% with your special journals, it might point you to an attention area. GST, yes, all the GST calculations are correct. All your columns are totaled correctly. The items dealing with your subsidiary ledgers, accounts receivable subsidiary ledger and accounts payable subsidiary ledger, all done perfectly. Now that would be the amounts and your posting of them. How did your calculation of discounts go? All the items that involved in a change in inventory, did you correctly identify those and calculate what the change in inventory was? Did you get all your dates correct? And did you correctly identify what accounts that you needed to post items to? Again, that's for the special journals. You do something similar for all the other categories there. So if you see the inventory worksheet, it's broken down into quantities, unit cost, totals and dates, and we can see dates are 9 out of 10. As I said, there was one minor point with the dates. Right, well, that will just give you a very quick overview of how you might use your progress report.